start recording now.
All right, that works.
So that I don't forget to start recording.
Yay, we're
Yay.
being productive. We're live.
Yay! Welcome.
Yay. To apartment theater.
The theater that's not in any apartment.
Nope.
Because we're all in houses.
It's yeah, we are.
I should turn my phone
Whatever.
on. Not.
It's fine.
I didn't silence my phone. Sorry, guys. I'm not professional.
Granted,
I thought we did
Danny.
So anyway, welcome to
Love
apartment
bug.
theater. This was the real intro all along. If you are joining us in the Twitch chat, hello. If no one's there, fuck off. Anyway, this week I picked the movie, and I picked a short movie compared to what we normally watched because I didn't want to watch a 2-hour movie this time.
Thank fucking
Like,
Zeus. I don't know. Somebody.
Nothing like even gotten done the whole time. Why do I hear things? Why Twitch?
What are you doing? Are you good?
No, I'm not. I am not okay. I'm just trying to bring up chat so I can see the fucking chat, and instead
Nobody's there.
I'm
It's
hearing
fine.
somebody play a game with a fucking cat, and I'm not even joking. Like, I opened up Twitch and all I hear is meow, meow, meow. And
so anyway.
For you.
So anyway, we watched a movie called The Mutilator, which when you're watching the movie, it says fall break, which made me question, was I watching the correct movie? Because I couldn't tell for a second there, and the tone that the movie started with and what it ended with was a little bit of a whiplash. The movie starts off with a kid shooting his mom, as all good movies do, and the dad comes home and he's pissed and he slaps his kid, and then the movie starts and the kids are at a bar.
The dad's birthday too.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Dad! I killed Mom.
Yeah, happy birthday, Dad.
So
I love the sign that's happy birthday. I've cleaned your guns on, which is like, okay, that's cute, but also, can we please put lock on gun containers?
It was the 80s. They don't do that.
I
also like, don't store your guns loaded.
Yeah,
maybe.
That too.
Like,
that's also
treat all guns as if they are loaded.
Treat all guns as if they are loaded. Yep.
I like the phantom bullet. The phantom bullet of going through the wall, like it didn't even hit the door or anything on the door, and just completely like blew out the mom's back. Like,
I'm surprised that killed her instantly.
Yeah. I mean, right in the spine, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's either death or paralyzation. So
I would assume paralyzation. Like, I didn't think it would kill her just like on the spot. Like, at least like, oh God, I'm dying. How could you do this? No, it's just she's dead. That's it.
The acting was painful.
I think it depends on like what gauge it is, and then like where it hits on the spine too. Like, typically, if it hits lower down, like in your low back, that's when you get paralyzed lower down. I think. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. Don't ask me.
None of us
I'm making shit up.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. I don't even know.
So
there is a lot of process in this
after
movie.
the mom gets shot, we meet our characters in a bar, and they are bored. They're so bored. Oh man, fall break's coming up, and they've got nothing to do. Well, he gets a mysterious phone call from his dad saying, "Hey, I need you to come to our condo to clean it up." I think something.
I think it was to like fix it up.
Yeah, fix it up.
He wanted to sell it.
No, he wanted to close it for winter. No, he wanted to close it for winter.
Oh, in my story, it was to sell it.
No, he was like, can you go to the condo and close it for winter?
So they do that. They get all their gear ready to go and cue the montage of what felt like I was watching Full House.
Yep.
And
going on fall break, going on fall break, whatever the fucking song was. It was the happiest fucking fall break song I've ever heard in my life.
I just like how it stopped and start it again.
It's what we closed the movie with too.
I know.
I couldn't
Great.
tell if this movie was trying to be a horror comedy or if it was a horror thriller, because I think that's what it's listed as.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was expecting it to be a
also-
parody or something.
I
Same.
got confused for like a mild moment because I saw Hitchcock and I was like, what? How is this a bad movie and be a Hitchcock movie? And then realized it wasn't Alfred Hitchcock, it was
No.
Bill Hitchcock. So
His
Just
lesser-known
for the
brother.
record, Hitchcock does have shitty movies. Abby and I
Yeah, he
watched
does.
one of them, and it was real bad. Some of his earlier movies are real bad.
Mhm.
Every director
was-
has a terrible movie.
Yeah, he wasn't always a legend.
Yeah,
fair. But he's got good shit under the belt. That's the point.
sure.
He
But
really
I
does
thought
it.
it was him at first. So
But yeah, so they go to the condo and they notice that there's just a bunch of bottles and everything scattered around. And like, oh, was my dad and his buddies here doing their weird
Drinking?
drinking lots if it's just him and his buddies. And yeah, he
Liver
shows her
failure.
the
That's
main
what that
character shows around like, this is my weird condo. We got a battle axe that's missing. Wonder what's wrong with where's that at? I guess dad took it home with him. Because that's what you would
He
do.
just does that. He
You
just
know,
takes
granted-
things home. It's fine.
If I had a condo, I don't know. I think
On the
if I
beach?
had to bring one thing home from my condo on the beach, it might be my battle axe. Because like if I'm not gonna be there and people are gonna break into my house, which is something I would just assume nowadays, I would not leave my battle axe there. It was a nice battle axe. I do it like it's something I would have bought.
It was a
Mall
nice
ninja.
battle axe.
It was a mall ninja battle axe. Let's be real.
Oh, hands down, but that thing did some damage kind of when he Oh god, we're not even talking about the movie really, we're talking about this battle axe.
So yeah, basically after that, we notice that what's the main character's name?
Edward.
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 What?
I think someone
Which
was named Linda as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a Linda.
Was there a Rick?
Yes, I think so. I don't
love
act-
Alfred. Alfred was my favorite.
I don't know which one
Or
that
no,
is.
Phil. Phil, that's what's his name. Phil. I fucking love him. He
No,
was
there
just
was-
a really awkward one that like was honestly the life of the party.
No, that was Ralph.
Ralph.
Was it Ralph? Whatever.
Yeah, Ralph
Ralph.
was
His name was
definitely my
Ralph.
favorite one too.
He was the
Ralph was
prankster.
fucking
Yeah.
great.
The part where he's negotiating with the
The store clerk.
store clerk. Yeah, like give me this discount and I'll buy more beer. Like, all right.
Yeah.
I
Okay, sure.
I like
buddy.
the scramble that they try to do of typical 80s movies where it's supposed to be a exciting scene where they speed it up, like whatever you're doing, and when he
Oh yeah.
like go find them and you'll come back to something special.
Oh,
Okay, something special.
This
Yeah.
scramble with throwing his shirt on, that was pretty good. I like that.
So yeah,
There-
the kids start dying off one by one.
Because
Our
The
horny
f-
teenagers, except for one.
it's your typical campsite movie, but instead
In a
of
condo.
woods, it's on the beach in a condo.
Mm-hmm.
The scariest place of the year, winter condos.
guess. You know what's pretty scary too, though, that like also kind of disappointed me, and I wanted to mention this, and the only reason I'm remembering is because I just looked at my calendar. And so today's Friday the 13th, and I would have loved to watch one of the Friday the 13th movies.
But I've
Yeah.
watched them all multiple times, so we couldn't.
Yeah.
So we got stuck with
Okay.
kids on a beach.
Hey,
With the
you know,
father
this
wanting to
could
kill
have
them.
been a Friday the 13th movie if I had been completely honest.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
kills felt very Jason. Well, maybe like part 2 or 3, but yeah, they're not super over the top like, well, the rest of them.
Yeah. It still held a lot of like this typical like Friday the 13th like themes of teenagers having sex. dying.
The killer, the dad, because you just know straight from the beginning, there is no twist
Yeah.
that's the dad. I think I would have liked if it was a twist of like, oh my god, it's my dad, but it's like, I don't know why he's killing everybody. He's just screw loose, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really they didn't need to go into it, so I was totally fine with that. But yeah, he had some super strength going on. He was just picking them
Yeah.
up straight by their neck, and clearly he's crushing vocal cords because he does that to
Mm-hmm.
the last girl who dies, and he picks her up by her neck, but she doesn't scream or anything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, clearly he's
She
got super
honestly-
strength.
She had the most brutal murder.
Oh my
Like,
god, I know.
Out of all of them,
Just
she had the most
hooking
brutal
the-
murder.
Hooking the cooch right there.
Yeah.
And just
Well,
straight through
big
the
old
stomach,
fishing
too.
hooks.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
um,
probably the worst one.
I was even
Yeah.
wincing a little bit. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that one actually kind of, I was like, oh.
Someone getting mutilated in the mutilator? I mean,
Weird.
what?
Actually,
Who
there
would've
was only
thought?
one getting
Very
mutilated.
strange.
And I love when he chopped off the policeman's head.
Oh, yeah.
That was so
That
great. I was
pretty
like,
good.
that was he
Such
didn't
a
even,
little
like,
chop,
chop it.
too.
He just like
Mm-hmm.
he just could have like blown on it and it would have like fallen off.
Mm-hmm.
I also two of our main characters, not really, Linda and Mike. Linda and Mike, those are our first couple that die. I
Is
like that they go on a walk on the beach, which is fine. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
They find a random pool that's not their pool. They thusly break in to skinny dip,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then they die.
They skinny
Forgot
dip.
about that. Mm-hmm.
I like the little hide and seek game that they're trying to play when they could clearly see each other.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, that pool was weirdly milky.
Well,
There
he
was a
did-
lot of chlorine in it. That's what they were saying.
I mean,
Yeah.
it does.
It
look
could
like
fight
that.
off the herpes, is what he said.
Yeah.
So
I'm
much
sure it
chlorine,
was,
it could
too.
fight off the
Fight off the
herpes.
herpes. I
She
love
had the
that she's
best
like,
question.
I didn't know that was something I needed to worry about.
Yeah.
And
Honestly,
he's like, oh shit, whoops.
the women in this,
Yeah.
the women in this
I forgot
movie
I
are
didn't
pretty
tell you.
great. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Ed's
actually are.
girlfriend. I fucking love her. When she's trying to say there's something not right, and he's like, I go figure in the morning. She's like, you're gonna fucking get up. There's something not
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, like, all right, I'm up.
Yeah. I mean, this was the 80s, so it was like the final girl era of horror movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know,
She was
women fight and
Did she dropped Ralph. Like she just tosses him to the ground, like, and onto the Monopoly board. Like she could clearly fight somebody.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was his
What's
girlfriend
the,
that did that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
No.
I'm getting it.
Was it his girlfriend? I don't know. They're all confused. Wait, we got a question in chat real quick.
Damn.
What studio do we think does the best practical SFX work?
Oh.
What?
Yeah. SFX, special effects. Come on. We watch enough movies to understand this.
No. What was the question? I didn't understand it.
What studio does the best practical special effects work? I don't know.
I'll say the best people that have done special effects, the Chiodos brothers. They did the special effects for like Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Critters. Their special effects are incredible. So I definitely recommend. I recommend both of those movies. By the way, Critters is just one of the most fun movies I've ever watched.
Yeah. I've seen Critters. It's been a really long time, but I remember that being like one of my favorite movies as a kid because it was just so fun. It wasn't a horror movie to me for some reason. I don't know that it is at all.
2 is really good too. So
I don't know. But I haven't seen the other one.
well, I have the collection, so when you're over, we can watch them.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel left out of the party here.
So
I don't know about studios, but I think I'm kind of biased because I love V Neil, and V Neil is one of the bigger names in like special effects. But I love all of her work. She did Beetlejuice, like love the shit.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
She's one of the most recognized names.
Yeah.
Jim Henson Studios.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Jim Henson
yeah,
Studios.
that's a good one.
Hands down. Yeah.
I believe his name is Tom Savini. He does a lot of the gore special effects and stuff for like the Friday the 13th movies and a lot of horror movies. So like if you were seeing Dismemberment and things like that, it was him doing stuff. Like he's done so many movies. I think he even did like some of the Evil Dead stuff and yeah, super super recommend anything that I hope I got his name right because this dude's a legend. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I keep getting the names mixed up for all the people here, but the main character and his girlfriend, the girlfriend can do some serious damage because she drops Ralph onto the Monopoly board pretty easily. And it's like,
Yeah, she like shoulder flips him.
yes. And I'm like, we need more of that.
It took me a split second to realize it was one of the girls, though, because I thought it was Ed at first. And then I'm like, wait, that's not what Ed was wearing.
No.
She was the true main character. Everyone else was
She
just.
really was.
She was, honestly. She was the only one with intelligence, too. She wanted to call the police the whole time. They walked in, the door's open, there's this massive amount of alcohol, which, by the way, him and his friends, not saying that his father can't have a lot of friends, but even if it's like 4 people, that's a lot of alcohol for 4 people.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
A lot of
Yeah.
alcohol.
That is like 4 liver failures for each of them. Like, it's,
They apparently cleaned the place up though because there wasn't nearly as many alcohol bottles around like later in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, they
Like on
each
the
had their
kitchen counter
chores.
and stuff. Yeah. So they actually cleaned it up. We never saw that, but apparently they did.
Well, they stated that they had a chore schedule, so we were informed that people were meant to be doing something.
Doing things, yeah,
Yes.
besides each other.
Which they never really did. No one really
We
fucked.
watched, like,
Yeah.
we watched...
There's a lot of flirting.
We saw boobs.
We did see boobs.
And we did.
Only
80s
one
movie,
boobs.
80s
but
horror movie.
It was, but
yeah.
it was boobs. They were nice, you know, good for her. Good
The
for her.
kills, I felt like the kills were pretty good.
Yeah. They were, like, pretty... what's the word I'm looking for? No effort put from the killer. Like, he just knocked on things and then they fell off. It's like he just touched them and they'd like detach from whatever they were.
A slight tap of the axe and just, I'm like, that must be a really sharp axe and just, slight little hit and it's gone.
Yeah.
Is it sharp? Yeah.
I mean,
like
even his body is made of nothing, so.
Yeah, it's fine. I do like the random cinder block wall at the end.
Just chops him in half.
Chops him in half.
Chops him in half.
Why did that chop him in half? I don't know.
And then he's still able to chop off a policeman's leg.
And then he dies.
And then he
dies.
Laughs and dies. He laughs and
dies. It's the evil that's keeping him alive. As a fisherman, I do appreciate that his first kill is in water, though.
Yeah.
I think that was clever.
And he manages to piggyback her out of the pool, which I'm like, that must be extremely heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, in water she would be lighter, but then like getting her out. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like getting out of the water with her, like no, that's not happening.
I think, and with him being like under, like, I mean, people can be underwater, but like this whole like hide and seek thing in the pool, they weren't under water very long, so he had maybe like 30 seconds to get her out of the pool and walk across whoever they're walking and hide her. So actually he carried her pretty far, pretty quickly actually. I don't know how far the pool was from the house, but but it was that was something.
A nice little trail of underwear to get him lured into the spooky shed in the garage.
The shed in the garage. It really was like a shack in the garage. I I I appreciate the nightmares he had before he started killing everybody of him killing his son when he was young. Different ways too. Like each time
Yeah.
he was just having very sweet dreams of
Yeah.
slitting his child's throat.
Yeah, the
And
entire reason he like even goes on this killing rampage is because he wants to kill his son for killing his wife and
which
doesn't manage
psychologically
to do
checks
it.
out. Like
Yeah.
that is something that would occur,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you become an alcoholic.
I don't know about like 8 years later, however long it's been, but
Yeah.
I
whatever.
I do want to know why he put the sign the sign of I cleaned your happy birthday, I cleaned your guns
On the
and
way.
puts it on the wife and then he gives her alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it said "Happy Birthday, cleaned by me!" exclamation point.
No,
Yeah.
it said daddy. It said daddy in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's what. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was some of the kills? So there was drowned in the pool was the first one. The second one was like a drill type thing. I couldn't really
I
Oh
thought it
see
was
it.
like a chainsaw or something
no,
or like a saw.
it was you. Oh God, I can't think what it's called. It's for the power. It's for motorboats. It's like the thing that makes it go.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the propeller.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, it was a
That's
propeller.
what it was?
That's what
I
the
think it's.
guy.
I think that's what it
Yeah,
is.
it was very
Yeah.
questionable why he had a picture of a guy that he accidentally killed, and nobody questions it,
Yeah,
especially
the weird trophy photo.
yeah. But the son's like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine. It was an accident."
Mm.
It's like, why does he have a picture of an accident then? But he ran over him with the propeller that I think is the propeller that he killed Mike with.
And I think he even talked about
I'll buy
it
that.
too. Like the guy who got killed by it was like, "Oh man, watch out for this thing." Ah. And then they're
Yeah.
also talking about like in the closet thing. They're like, "Oh, I don't. Why are these things so sharp? Like they shouldn't be."
The
And
hooks.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then that's one of the things that like gets the
Mm-hmm.
second girl. Like she was the one
No,
that, or
no,
the
she
third.
was already
She was already dead, and then he smacked her
just
head in
He
it.
just
smashed her on the head. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Which
Uh, uh,
I respect it. I
uh,
like his use of that closet. Like he took
Mm-hmm.
everybody he killed into the closet.
Yeah.
yeah,
So he
he's very conscious of the space that he had. It's like I don't have a lot of space to put these bodies, so I'll
Mm-hmm.
just line them up in this small little room, and it'll work out. He had the first couple. He had the police officer that he chopped the head off and made a little light thing too for him because he kind of lit up. Uh,
I was like, what's up with that? Like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and then
I think he was doing like a little bit of science project because it looked like he took his like flashlight and like shoved it into his chest to light it up. So like you know when you like light up a trophy, like you have lights on it.
yeah.
So he detached his head and he's using
See,
his chest as a light up for his head.
I just
That's what it would
assumed
make sense to me.
I just assumed that that was a light that like was on the officer's shoulder and then when he cut his head off it got like knocked loose and was just hanging there. That's what I thought.
No, he
I
definitely
didn't
shoved
think it
that
was
shit up in it.
purposeful.
yeah, he
Yeah, no, he
definitely
shoved
shoved
that
it. I
shit.
think he even
Yeah.
laughed about it too. But
Oh,
I
did
mean, I
he?
guess when you're a sociopath, that kind of like is on par.
Yeah, when you're on the, you know,
then Ralph gets a
fringes of it.
pitchfork straight to the throat.
Throat. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
Poor
just hanging
Ralphie
up
boy.
on there. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
then
poor Ralph.
the final kill was his girlfriend getting a hook straight in the cooch and coming straight out of her stomach, which
Mm.
was fucked.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah,
chops off
yeah.
her head too.
It chops off her head. Yep, yeah, with a
She had the
slight little
most
tap.
brutal
Mhm.
death. But she didn't fight at all. Like when she got put on the desk, she kind of just laid there. Like I
No
would have
screaming,
like
nothing. That's what I was saying.
nothing.
Like he was so
Yeah, it
strong
was
when he was
super weird.
choke grabbing her and just must have just crushed her windpipe or something and couldn't
Mhm.
do anything. But
Yeah.
I think some kind of like her like straining to say something would have been better, or I don't know, or maybe she was being choked the entire time. We couldn't really tell, but yeah, it just why aren't you
I tried to pay
screaming?
attention to that because I was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
really confused on why. Like, it makes sense. It's a bad horror movie, and most horror movies, for some reason, people just don't do intelligent things. It's like that meme I sent you guys earlier of the
Mm-hmm.
sign that said death, and it said people in horror movies be like, and the guy's like jogging right in the direction that said
Mm-hmm.
death.
Let me go to it.
Let me. This looks
Yeah.
interesting. Um, I like the father was kind of like superhuman for no reason.
He's a fisherman. He's got to be strong to be pulling all them big ass fucking deep sea fish onto his
Okay,
boat,
but
right?
he got stabbed right in the heart, directly in that fucking heart, and he
Yeah.
still managed to get up with his battle axe. I love that he had a battle axe and rip open the top of the car. Granted, the top of the car was a
It was a convertible, so it was
convertible, so
fabric.
it
Yeah.
wasn't that intense. But rip the top off after just getting stabbed in the heart to try to kill his son.
Mm-hmm. I
Uh,
love,
Almost.
yeah, I love the way that he uses his battle axe. You guys have kind of talked about it. Like, he doesn't do any, like, big sweeping motions with it. He literally holds it so close to the blade that he's just kind of, like, hammering stuff at any given point. Like, we never get, like, an actual battle axe swing out of it. It's so weird.
well, we kind of do, but it's like a tap when he goes to kill the police officer. He swings, but it's more like a tap, like a love
Mm,
tap. It's just very
mm,
gentle,
mm.
gentle.
That's what I was saying. It's like it must have been the
Uh,
sharpest battle axe if he could just
yeah,
slight tap and just decapitate someone.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Weird.
I, or just insanely strong, like so superhumanly strong.
Yeah, he had
Maybe
Jason
we all
Voorhees
need.
strength.
Maybe he is Jason Voorhees. Maybe we actually did watch a Friday the 13th movie.
It felt like
Yeah.
one. It definitely had some Friday the 13th vibes to it. It wasn't set at a
Yeah.
camp, but I mean, neither is Jason X, but that movie's horrible.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
watched that movie.
I
God,
wanted to watch that movie today because they
I will
discovered a
never
new
watch
black
that movie
hole in the
again.
center of the galaxy. So I'm like, oh, it would have been great because it's Friday the 13th. We could watch Jason, and then also in space because space just discovered a new black hole. Um,
No,
but yeah, no, we didn't
Space
enjoy
didn't discover a new black hole. We just got a picture of our black hole.
you can get a picture of my hole on my
that.
Mm-hmm.
OnlyFans.
The it's a bigger one than the last one. I don't know. I was mildly
Oh,
listening to the news this morning. It was like
oh, did
5:30.
we actually? I
Mhm.
I don't. I
It's a
slept
bigger
until
one in
2
the
p.m.
center. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds very
So,
nice. But
This is the first I'm hearing of this. I have no idea what they're talking about.
what
yeah.
is space, Justin? I don't
What
know.
is
Space
space?
is everywhere.
Is space is everywhere.
Space is everywhere. So, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, what else is there to say about this movie?
it
Uh,
was the acting was awful,
I it had a charm
dreadful.
for me. I
yeah,
I
it
like
had a.
Ralph was the charm. That's what Ralph was because he was entertaining. It was so stale. Like maybe this was their first movie. I don't know, but it was bad. It was so bad.
I liked every character in this movie, and I don't know why. I actually grew attached to the characters. I was a little disappointed when they were dying. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I almost
I love.
wanted a I almost wanted it to just like be a fake out horror movie where you think something scary is gonna happen and nothing happens. I almost was thinking that was gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I was thinking they
Yeah.
were like when I was watching it, I'm like, this is kind of like a weird Scooby Gang kind of situation. Like Mike looks like a really like Walmart version of Fred, and
Yeah.
it's also a little dumber because Fred does have a little intelligence to him, but yeah, yeah. Then you got Velma and
Is
uh
Ralph Scooby?
yeah, Ralph would
Yeah.
be Scooby because Ed and Ralph have that
Hmm.
special special.
There's like a line when they're at the beginning when they're sitting at the bar that who Ed says something about like kind of rude about redheads, and Ralph is like, "Hey,"
He's not even a redhead.
and it's like, "You're not a redhead, dude. Like, what?" So I'm wondering if like that line was kept in the movie and he was supposed to be a redhead, but they couldn't find a redheaded actor,
You'd think they
and
would
so
just
they just
omit
left
that
it.
line too. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
I also
like,
like
your
that
hair is very brown.
another scene that happened or line that happened directly around that is the father calling the bar they're at to
No,
speak
this
to his son.
Ed called his dad. He said, "I need to call my dad about
No,
whatever. Do you have paper for it?"
no, he said his father called him at the they were at the bar and Ralph is just like he didn't even talk to the bartender and Ralph is just like somebody's on the phone for you, Ed.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
did happen.
yeah, yeah. And so
Not
the
in my
father
version, apparently. I gotta come because it like literally the what I saw was him sit down and be like, "Hey, do you have paper?
He
Like, I need
asked
to
that
call my
after
dad."
he went to go check the phone. And he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, hey, I need to write down the number or whatever."
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I I don't know what happened in my
Cass
I was
was
also
Cass was in a different world.
I was admittedly I was in and out of consciousness for the first 45 minutes of this movie. So,
That's fair. That's fair.
but
I
I really didn't miss that much apparently.
You didn't. The killing didn't start until like 40 minutes in,
Yeah,
and
typically. Yeah.
that was like
I
really
felt like the movie
dragging.
just blasted for me. Like it just flew by.
It well, and that's the thing. It did. So when it was like 40 minutes in, I was like, why is nobody dead yet? Because I had to look at the timer. The other
Oh,
thing
not me.
is, I think the father is like a regular killer because the police makes a comment like, you guys shouldn't be out here alone because it's like a graveyard out here. Like people die all the time. And it's like,
I mean, he did
all right.
propeller a guy.
Yeah.
I like how
Like,
slow Mike died though, because he was just like, ah.
oh yeah. That was something I mentally noted was that like everybody died really slowly. Like there was a
Slow and
lot of
painful.
screaming and agony involved, and I'm like,
There was
man,
no
you're really milking
screaming.
this death, right? The women didn't scream, but the dudes kind of did. I mean, not the guy with the shit in his throat, but
The one
yeah,
guy.
He kind of did.
the one
Actually, I
guy.
think he screamed the most out of all of them.
Yeah, he
Like,
did.
I slightly also thought that Linda, I don't fucking
Mm,
remember the one that got the hookup
drowned.
with Coach. Um,
That was Pam. That
I
wait, no, I don't know what the fuck her name
I
was.
don't know. She seemed to kind of enjoy it at first. Like that almost looked like her first face. I'm like, is she into that? Like that doesn't
Hmm.
seem like the sound she made too. I'm like, am I actually watching a porn? Like, what is happening?
Maybe. They
They had
stuck a
the same
vibrator on
like
the end of it.
they had the same
What the fuck?
acting expectancy from a porn. Like just that stale acting.
Hmm.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I like how long our trip down to the condo was
I was about
though.
to say we were not in the Congos.
We were not.
That would be a totally different movie.
Hmm.
I actually watched a
I'd
completely
watch
different
it.
movie than you guys. How
There is a
long
movie
that
called
scene was?
Congo.
Is there?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not like a horror movie. Like it's different.
I don't know. It depends on which person you ask.
It's not slasher movie horror.
It's not a slasher movie horror, no.
It's real world horror, which is the scariest thing. But no,
Kind of. There's a little bit of fantasy kind of stuff in it, I
there's a
think. I don't know.
dragon in the Congos. No, there's actually I'd
I mean,
watch
there's
that too. Anyway,
at this point we'd watch anything.
Yeah, we don't really have standards.
was
No.
anyone else expecting for the title to come back, the fall break, and then the mutilator to come up? Like I was expecting after the first death, like it'd be like a first gruesome death to be like Fall Break would just get like slashed or something and the mutilator would come in.
That would
Oh,
have been
that would have been
great.
nice.
I
Yeah.
would have loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like
would've
it
been
like
great.
lulls you into what like you think you're watching one
Mhm.
movie and it flips into a different movie because I mean that's what it does.
Yeah.
It's like
I
you go from Full House to
Mm-hmm.
Dead House, but yeah.
I
Yeah, that would have been nice.
God, the
That would've been
beginning.
cool.
I hated the beginning. I hated the beginning so much.
I love that song that was playing.
The song,
Same.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just
Song
like,
was a bop.
yeah.
I like
Can't
that
wait.
Ralph tried to get out of the trip though.
He almost did, and then his
He almost
girlfriend showed
did.
up behind him.
And
Yeah.
he could have
Why
lived.
didn't he want to go?
Who knows?
Why would you
Yeah.
want to go to a condo in winter and on
It's
beach?
the fall. It's fall
Fall
break.
break.
Oh, sorry, whatever.
Come on.
I still
Come
wouldn't want
on.
to. Who wants to go to a condo? No
I've
one.
been in condos. They're pretty nice.
Okay, so Cass is getting murdered, but
Yeah.
not me.
Look,
10 out of 10.
I
You don't think I have final girl potential?
I know that Danny would be dead first, but
it's cause I'm blonde, isn't it?
yes.
It's always the blondes. No, actually, I'm pretty sure I could deck the killer. So I'd go with you being the first one to die.
I would
Justin.
definitely die. Every horror game we play, I'm the first one to die. Every
are.
single time. Dead by Daylight, Phasmophobia, I die first. It never
Haunt-
fails.
Wait, Haunt Chaser.
Yeah, oh my god, I died in 2 seconds.
Nope.
That thing completely ignored my existence and went after you.
I took 2 steps and I was dead. But
I think
anyway.
the only game you haven't died in is The Forest.
No, I died in that too.
Oh,
Yeah, he's died.
never
in that.
mind.
Died plenty of times in that game.
Yeah.
But I guess
What? Yeah, go for it.
no,
Yeah, why
sorry. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say if a horror situation was involved, I would be the one to go out and investigate the noise, and y'all think I'm dead, but I show back up at the end because I
With
just
an
went
ice
outside
cream.
and I just went outside and I hid. I was just like, fuck these guys. Yeah. That's what would happen.
I think I would die because I would get one of those like hero moments where I have to defend my friends. Like, you guys go on without me, and I'd be like in a fist fight. Obviously lose, but I'd get into some kind of fist fight for you guys. That's probably
Yeah.
my death. That's probably how I die. At least as long as I go out in like blades of glory, I'm fine with it. It wouldn't be like that though.
I'd probably have one of those deaths where you're opening the door slowly and then the guy's hiding behind the door and he just hits him in the head. That's probably how I die. Very anticlimactic, but you know, it makes sense. It kind of just
You're
There
the
it is.
accidental death at the beginning of the movie that has no correlation to actually what happens in the rest of the movie.
I'm the mom in the mutilator. I get shot
Yeah.
by my son.
Through a wall by a magic bullet.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
Anyway,
So I think that's it.
We have one more question though.
Oh,
I
do
like
we?
this.
yeah.
Favorite horror movie release of 21 to 2022.
Uh,
I think the only current movie we have watched is The Cursed.
Cursed.
I would,
That's
for
hard
the
to watch.
for
At
the
least
show. For the show,
yeah.
yeah, that was.
I haven't watched any current horror movies. I can tell you what I'm really looking forward to seeing, which is what is it, Men?
Yeah, Men looks
movie?
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look really good.
I'm excited about seeing that.
I haven't watched any horror
I have
movies,
high
like new
hopes.
horror movies, except for The Curse. Most of the stuff I've watched recently is like Marvel, like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
Disney,
ca-
because I have a
Yeah.
guilty pleasure to Disney.
I haven't been watching horror movies since we've been, unless it's for the podcast, I'm not watching.
Yeah, it's
So,
getting my fill of horror. Ironic and
Yeah.
kind of.
even if it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't been watching just in case, like, oh, we're gonna watch that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Titane or Titane, Titane, the one about the chick fucking a car. That has been my favorite movie that I've watched recently, where I was just like, what the fuck am I watching?
Is it a horror?
Amazing.
That is a
That
horror
has to
movie.
look-
It's done by the same person that did Raw. I highly recommend watching that movie. It's a great movie to watch with a date. I watched Malignant as well, and I thought that movie was okay. I'm actually
Did
going
those
through the
come out
movies.
in like 2021? It's
Yeah,
a release, favorite horror movie release. Actually, I kind of
yeah,
want
both of those came out in 2021, and then I also watched the latest Scream movie, and I really liked that. So,
I haven't seen
Oh,
that
I
one.
need to watch that one. Yeah.
but yeah, yeah. I'm scrolling through the movies that
Yeah.
I've watched so far this year, and
haven't seen
those were the
Justin
most
literally
notable
has a
one.
list.
Yeah, I post every movie that I watch on my Twitter, which is.
Wait, they consider Morbius a horror movie?
Did you watch
Heard it was
that?
awful. Heard it was awful to watch.
Oh, this one. Okay, so this one came out in 2020, but I'm counting it anyway. The Last Matinee. If you like Argento and Fulci and like just giallo movies, The Last Matinee is incredible, and I highly recommend that one as well.
This one actually looks pretty good. I kind of want to watch it. You Won't Be Alone. I might watch that
I
later.
feel like I heard of that one, but
I feel
yeah.
like I haven't seen any of these movies, and I'm pretty up to date with like movies. This is what I generally do.
So yeah, that's the most recent movies that I've watched from this year and last year were those four. So
I
yeah,
think it
I
would just be
recommend
the
those.
curse because I'm with Cass. This is kind of getting my fill of horror movies.
Yeah.
I do
I mean, I
extra
would-
credit.
I would watch more, but I'm afraid that I will watch things that we will want to watch, so I don't.
Yeah, that's also my fear. The
I also
fear
don't
of
have a
this
whole lot
show.
of time, so
I have too much time.
There's too many movies, so I'll never run out of anything. So
yeah.
there's
Yeah,
always
that's
something weird that I'll want to watch. So
Yeah.
Like the Green Inferno, I watched that. Well, it's not weird. Actually, it was really bad, but I kind of liked it.
I hate Eli Roth, so I think his
Oh.
movies are terrible.
Well, it was a pretty bad movie, but
I know it's an Eli Roth movie. All of his movies suck.
it was pretty brutal. I'll give it that.
Sure.
Yeah, it was. Have you seen that movie?
I did not watch Green Inferno. I watched Hostel. That movie was pretty brutal, but it's also disgusting. I'm not big on torture porn.
I don't think it's. You know, we have to watch it at some point, and you'll see what I'm saying. It's pretty brutal. It's not good, but it's brutal.
I'm good. I think that's it.
Yeah, I
that's it,
don't
too.
know about it anymore.
I guess I'll do the usual spiel that we do at the
Go
end.
for it. You got it.
Okay. First off, thank you for the people in the chat for asking the questions. If you want to join in on our Twitch, I think it's twitch.tv/apartment theater.
Yes,
Mhm.
you can literally Google our name, and we pretty much come
We
up
show
on
up.
everything. Yeah.
We'll have
We're on
other.
everything.
We have a Twitter page as well. We have a Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Eventually, we have a Patreon, but I don't know still the status on that.
Working on it.
Working on it still.
I do a lot of stuff for this show, okay?
Danny is the quarterback of our show.
Mhm. It really is. Yeah.
She is our sail in the wind as we guide our boat straight to the bottom of the ocean.
I was gonna say I'm the broken rudder.
I am the hole at the bottom of the boat.
I'm the sail, and I'm trying to steer at the same time. That is literally what I do.
Yeah.
If you would like to check out other episodes, you can find our episodes on Spotify and anywhere that podcasts are shown or seen or viewed or whatever. However you consume it, we have a way for you to consume. Feel free to give us rate-ups, 5 stars, whatever thing that it does, give us that because it helps us out a lot and tells us, hey, you're there. Also downloading the episode because that's one of the main metrics that we see. I think it's the only thing that we see. So, guy in
Yes.
Ohio for downloading the episode right when it came out. Nice.
We see you every single episode. I see
Every
you downloading.
episode. Join us in the Twitch chat. Unless you're going to murder us, then don't.
Or do.
Or do.
Or
I
do.
mean,
Whatever.
don't murder us, please.
Somebody-
Please don't. Yeah, I
somebody
have 2
make
cats I
one
have
of
to take
those,
care of. Don't murder me.
You know, to please, I can't leave my dog. I love my dog.
I got nothing.
We could be like one of those like really bad, you know how they make bad horror movies of true events? That could be
Yeah.
us.
Yay.
Sure,
Someone will
not
review
a-
us on their podcast.
And the
Whoa.
cycle continues.
Super meta.
Yay.
Anyway, find us. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, get out. Bye.